This is Jam Nation.
With Jonesy and Amanda.
We know and love our next guest as a rocker and holder of more number one albums than any other Australian. But there's a lot more to Jimmy Barnes than just rock and roll. Last year he launched a cookbook and now he can add Christmas album to the repertoire. To tell us all about Blue Christmas, Jimmy Barnes, hello.
Here he is.
How are you guys?
Great, and you're not in a surgical gown because you've just.
No, I'm not yet. Soon, very soon. Huh?
I always get worried because I remember I go back to that time when you had your heart surgery all those years ago, and when there's an announcement and pops up on my phone, Jimmy Barnes major health news. I went, oh geez, what's happened? So. I'm not underestimating what you're about to go through. Back and hip surgery is no walk in the park.
Yeah, well, it's one of those things. I had back surgery about 8 years ago, and it was sort of patching things up. And it just over the last year or maybe 18 months, it slowly got worse and worse. The last few months, it's been unbearable. I've had trouble walking, so I just figured I'm not going to give 100% on stage. And the last thing I like to do is cancel shows or postpone shows even. But even worse than that would be getting out and not being able to give 100% of what I can do.
You've got to do it. I've had a hip replacement, and you just have to do it. And it's never a good time. You look at your diary and go, now's not a good time, but there's never a time when there's nothing happening.
Never a good time. And I figure, like everybody, you could probably say the same thing. Everybody says, you can get these things done. Do the right. If I take my time and do the right, rehab and get back on my feet, I'll be jumping around for another 50 years.
Yeah, and as I look at The Last Stand, like some of that stuff in The Last Stand.
You think. I wonder why I've got a bad back. I remember the Last Stand. It's not really in the movie, but one of the things I did on one of the shows was I abseiled down from the roof and landed on the mixing desk, and the rope wasn't quite long enough, so I did a bit of a drop, and so I was just an idiot,
There wasn't a lot of health and safety in those days, was there?
No, there wasn't. And it was it's sort of half my own doing, and you're getting older, you've got to look after yourself.
Absolutely.
Right,
well, let's talk about the new album, Blue Christmas. Why is it called Blue Christmas? Is it blues versions of the songs, of Christmas songs?
Not really, but there was I guess there's an element of that there, but what I figured was, as you guys well know, here in Australia we don't really have white Christmases, not very often. Although the way the weather's going, you never know, you could get it this year. We're surrounded by blue skies and a lot of people spend it on the beach and surrounded by the sea. So I figured Blue Christmas was a really good title. Plus, I wanted to tip my hat to some of the great Christmas songs that have been done, and Elvis's Blue Christmas is one of the great ones, a great carol that really swings, and we love the King, so I wanted to put that track on the record, and I just thought it was a fitting title for the album.
And when you talk about the Australian Christmas, the Christmases of your upbringing wouldn't have been blue skies and smiles and laughter, I'm imagining.
No, it's more Black and Blue Christmas. No, it wasn't.
It's a follow-up album.
That's a really bad joke. No, it was like a lot of families, that struggle. A lot of families that live in below the poverty line, this is still going on to this day. Christmas, as a joyous a time as it is, just brings a whole bunch of other pressures that get put on the parents and on the kids. I mean, my family who were struggling then, I remember looking through the window and seeing my mum and dad who for 6 months prior had been fighting each other together, trying to put Christmas presents together. I was looking out through the window. I was very sneaky as a kid, and trying to put Christmas presents together and seeing a bit of hope in their eyes. Yeah. And that was sort of one of the best presents I could get, really. Yeah. And so it brings out the best in people. Yeah. And that's probably why I like Christmas so much and wanted to make a Christmas record.
Well, and you got 1 billion grandkids now, so you must go, hang on a minute now. How many? You must be so good at assembling stuff.
You know what? I'm terrible. I'm one of those people. If you had IKEA, I'd be putting it all together, and I'd end up with sort of 45 pieces and 27 screws.
And everyone gets a bookcase.
They must be spares. And I don't know. I normally, anything like that, I read the first page, then jump to the back page. Yeah. Which is the story of my life, really, when you think about it.
It's true. That's a metaphor for life.
But Jane is very, very organized and very methodical, and she's a lot handier than me.
Yeah. So you announced that. So a lot of your shows have been postponed, I'm presuming. So, but you're still doing Barnsley's Backyard. Is that still happening?
Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely.
Listen, 'cause, I might be on a stool, but I'm happy to come and sing Christmas carols and listen. The Christmas cheer. It's going to be like you see an elf, Santa's sleigh getting it flying. Christmas cheer will make me sing.
Well,
Yeah,
we're going to
great.
call the winner next and let them know.
Yeah, we'll call the winner next, and of course we'll chat to you on Christmas Day as well. See how you're going.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be joining you guys. It'll be
Okay.
good. We'll try and build some presents together.
And of course, Jimmy Barnes.
Bring your
luck
own
with that.
Allen key.
Okay. Jimmy Barnes' Blue Christmas, no assembly required. It might contain some small
Absolutely.
parts. It's out now. Barnesy, thank you.
Really nice to talk to you guys, and always a pleasure. And Merry Christmas to you.